welcome to our 6th 2025 Topps Pro Debut Hobby Break. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving and everything. So, let's see here. We did get more, so that is good. We currently have number 7 up. It has 2 spots left. I'll link that in chat, and then I'll tell you who those spots are exactly. I think one is the Cubs. One is the Phillies? Yep, Cubs and Phillies. Alright, so that is linked in chat. And on to today's break. So we have Robert L. with the Orioles and the Angels. We have Bill with the Padres and the Red Sox. We have Michael S. with the Yankees, Rays, and Phillies. This is his last one with the Phillies. Reyes with the Jays and the Diamondbacks. Tim F. with the White Sox. Sherman with the Guardians, Royals, Mariners, Rangers, Nats, Rockies. Christian with the Tigers. Brewers, Pirates. Brandon with the Twins. David R. with the Astros. George R. with the A's, Marlins, Cubs, Cardinals. Brian H. with the Braves and Giants. Francisco with the Mets, Dodgers, JD with the Reds. And that is everybody for today. So, I got a day off yesterday. Today, we got Pro Debut. Tomorrow, we'll have update number 3. The 2 hot products, Pro Debut and update. I guess Chrome update comes out soon. I don't know when exactly. I have it pre-ordered though. And based on the checklist and update, it seems like it's going to be a pretty good set. Better than Chrome for sure. There we go. Alrighty. Time for a chill break. Meanwhile, upstairs, my daughter's throwing a massive tantrum, it sounds like. So good to be down here, just relaxing, opening cards. Alright, we have Ty Petey for the Mariners, Aaron Parker, Jays, Griffin Burkholder, Phillies, Marvin Alcantara, Red Sox, Yolfran Castillo, Rangers, Chris Cortez, Angels, Ryan Waldschmidt, Diamondbacks, Blake Wright, Rockies, Jared Serna, Marlins, Jose Fernandez, Diamondbacks, Johnny Farmello, Mariners, Caden Kendall, Twins, Brooks Brannon, Red Sox, Alex Clemmy, Nationals, Brody Brecht, Rockies, Esteban Gonzalez. He's either the Royals or the Guardians. I'm thinking it is the Royals, but I want to find out. Yep, now the daughter's getting yelled at. She is a naughty one. Esteban Gonzalez, Guardians. Okay, Guardians. And we have a League Elites, Lazaro Montes, Seattle Mariners. That'll be for Sherman. Colin Houch, New York Mets. No hits in that one. That's a bit strange. Most of the time you get a hit. Kadeem Dia, Chrome for the Twins. That'll be for Brandon. Jonathan Santucci for the Mets for Francisco. Brody Hopkins, Tampa Bay Rays for Michael. Victor Rodriguez, Dodgers for Francisco. Braylon Doty, Guardians for Sherman. And Bayron Ledesma, Rockies for Sherman. So it's interesting to note, I never mentioned it, but these Chromes, last year, they were all refractor, basically, Chromes. And that was the only year they did that. There was literally no difference between the numbered Chrome refractor and the regular just Chrome. They looked exactly the same, but one had a number on it. Guess they decided they didn't want everything shining. They went back to regular Chrome this year. We have Vladimir Restituto, Brewers, Dakota Jordan, Giants, Chase Harlan, Dodgers, Trey Yesovich, Jays. Cavaliers Tiers, Padres. Cam Smith, Astros. George Lombard Jr., Yankees. Theron Lorenzo, Tigers. Kellen Lindsey, Dodgers. Boston Bateman, Padres. Dante Nori, Phillies. Boston Barrow, Mets. Carson Bench, Mets. And Alexander Albertus, 14 of 299. That will be a purple paper. And that'll be for Tim. We have a drafted Braylon Payne for the Brewers for Christian. A star Marcelo Mayer for the Red Sox for Bill. And a Aqua 75 Chrome of first rounder Braden Montgomery for the White Sox. So another one for Tim. And then a Chrome Auto, looks like, of Theron Lorenzo. 198 of 199. Very cool. That's for Detroit. And that'll be for Christian. Former Dodger. Traded to the Tigers. Purple will usually end up back here. And for our Chrome, we have first round Ty Petey for the Mariners. We have Caden Kendall, Twins for Brandon. Griffin Burkholder, Phillies for Michael. Colt Emerson, Mariners for Sherman. Esteban Mejia, Rangers for Sherman. And Blake Burke, Brewers for Christian. We have Jack Caglione, Royals. Thomas White, Marlins. Brendan Sproat, Mets. Theo Gillen, Rays. Demetrio Crescentes, Diamondbacks. Billy Amick, Twins. Lisbel Diaz, Giants. John Spikerman, Phillies. Luis Baez, Brewers. Kevin Hidalgo, Rockies. Christian Moore, Angels. Jeremy Cabrera, Rangers. Chase Burns, Reds. Kyle Teal, White Sox. Griff O'Farrell, Orioles. Eddie Reinders, Pirates. And then a ballpark promos will be Dalton Rushing, Dodgers for Francisco. Follow that up with a of 299 of Chase Harlan. Is it an auto though? Is the question. It is. It is Dodgers Chase Harlan. He was I believe, a third round pick last year. That'll be for Francisco. We have Ronnie Hernandez, Chrome for the White Sox for Tim. Yolfran Castillo, Rangers for Sherman. Ivan Luciano, Diamondbacks for Reyes. Chris Cortez, Angels for Robert. Luke Adams, Brewers for Christian. And Carter Matheson, Phillies for Michael. Ben Hess, Yankees. Drew Beam, Royals. Eduardo Tate, Phillies. Ronnie Hernandez, White Sox. Matt Shaw, Cubs. Max Clark, Tigers. Kadeem Dia, Twins. Roman Anthony, Red Sox. Nate Nankill for the A's. Blake Mitchell, Royals. Ryan Campos, Cardinals. Dylan Head, Marlins. Xander Muth, Pirates. A Carter Johnson of 199. That'll be for the Marlins. That will go to George. That's a pink. We have a Buster Posey insert. Giants for Brian. League Elites, Luis Baez for the Brewers. And a green Chrome of Agustin Ramirez of 99. 85 of 99. That's a nice one too. And that one will go to George as well. So two nice Chromes. Brady Montgomery, Agustin Ramirez. Seen a few Carter Johnson hits in our breaks. Alright, Carson Rucker, Tigers. We have a Chrome first rounder Ryan Waldschmidt for the Diamondbacks for Reyes. Boston Bateman, Padres for Bill. Dakota Jordan, Giants for Brian. There's Bryce Rayner, first rounder for the Tigers for Christian. Chase Davis, Cardinals for George. And a J.J. Weatherholt, first rounder for the Cardinals for George. Two good first rounders there. Weatherholt and Rayner. Jonathan Long, Cubs. Bryce Eldridge, Giants. Brody Hopkins, Rays. Braden Taylor, Rays. Eli Serrano, Mets. Nick Morabito, Mets. Luke Cashel, Twins. Agustin Ramirez, Marlins. Andrew Painter, Phillies. Esbel Gonzalez. That one I believe is the Royals. Esbel, yeah, Royals. Travis Sikora, Nats. Nick Mitchell, Guardians. Jerry Rodriguez, Mets. Casey Cook, Rangers. Aiden Smith, Rays. And X Fractor will be a Franklin Arias of the Boston Red Sox. That'll be for Bill. We have a star, Roman Anthony, Red Sox, again for Bill. And then an auto, I guess here, of it's Chase Harlan again. 2 Chase Harlan autos, 1 base, 1 a purple. How very undiverse of them to give us the same auto twice. Alright, we have a chrome of Lisbel Diaz of the Giants for Brian. There's Trey Yesovich for the Jays for Reyes. Kavier's Tears, Padres for Bill. Juan Baez, Brewers for Christian. Cooper Pratt, Brewers again. At Engleth Urania, Yankees for Michael. Alright, we should have an auto in this baby. Alright, Ethan Anderson, Orioles. Pablo Guerrero, Rangers. Charlie Soto, Twins. Cash Mayfield, Padres. Jared Thomas, Rockies. Franklin Arias, Red Sox. Cole Mathis, Cubs. Lazaro Montes, Mariners. Luis Almeida, Orioles. Seaver King, Nationals. Colin Houch, Mets. Charlie Condon, Rockies. Carson Williams, Rays. And we have a Demetrio Crisantes of 150 for the Diamondbacks. That will be blue. That's going to Reyes. We have a drafted of Seaver King for the Nationals. That'll be for Sherman. Ballpark promos. Cooper Pratt of the Brewers for Christian. And I guess we have Refractor Chrome. Carter Johnson again for the Marlins for George. And then our auto should be here. It'll be a Juan Flores of the Angels. And that'll be for Robert. Alright, so we got a 199 Chrome of Carter Johnson. Alright, Chrome Cam Smith of the Houston Astros for David. Little line there. George Lombard Jr., Yankees for Michael. Jack Caglione, Royals for Sherman. Michael Arroyo, Mariners for Sherman. Romeo Sanabria, Padres for Bill. And Gerald Perez of the White Sox for Tim. Got pretty good Chrome names here. Got 5 of them up here. So that's hobby number 1. On to hobby number 2. We have Bryce Eldridge, Giants. Brody Hopkins, Rays. Braden Taylor, Rays. Eli Serrano, Mets. Nick Morabito, Mets. Luke Cashel, Twins. Ethan Anderson, Orioles. Pablo Guerrero, Rangers. Esbel Gonzalez, Royals. Travis Sikora, Nats. Nick Mitchell, Guardians. Jeremy Rodriguez, Mets. Casey Cook, Rangers. Aiden Smith, Rays. Cole Mathis, Cubs. And Lazaro Montes, Seattle. Christian Campbell, League Elites, Red Sox for Bill. We have a random Dylan Drayling for the Rangers, and no hits, and the first one again. Okay. Chrome Carson Rucker, Tigers for Christian. Dalton Rushing, Dodgers for Francisco. Jonathan Long, Cubs for George. Jack Penny, Tigers for Christian. Jeremy Rodriguez, Mets for Francisco, and Gage Miller, Marlins for George. Nothing to put up in our first pack. Charlie Soto, Twins. Cash Mayfield, Padres. Jared Thomas, Rockies. Franklin Arias, Red Sox. Carter Johnson, Marlins. Travis Bazzana, Cleveland. Marcelo Mayer, Red Sox. Edgardo Quintero, Dodgers. Luis Almeida, Orioles. Seaver King, Nationals. Colin Houch, Mets. Charlie Condon, Rockies. Carson Williams, Rays. Dylan Drayling, Rangers. And there's a JD Dix of 75. That'll be an Aqua. Diamondbacks for Reyes. It's a nice one there. 5 of 75. Next up, we have a star, Colson Montgomery. White Sox. Here's a chrome of 150 of Seaver King. First round pick for the Nationals for Sherman. And an auto will be Carter Matheson. Philadelphia for Michael. Alright, we have Chrome, Walker Janik, Astros for David, Kyle Henley, Reds for JD, Nathan Donatello, Red Sox for Bill, Aiden Smith, Rays for Michael, Caleb Boner, White Sox for Tim, and Lazaro Montes, Seattle for Sherman. Riku Nishida, White Sox. Slade Caldwell, Diamondbacks. Juan Flores, Angels. Ramon Ramirez, Royals. Eric Hernandez, Braves. Demiry Pena, Twins. Nick Montgomery, Braves. Aiden Miller, Phillies. Cobb Hightower, Padres. Sam Basallo, Orioles. Esteban Mejia, Rangers. Travis Honeyman, Cardinals. Cody Freeman, Rangers. J.B. Shears, Marlins. And Cole Carrig, Rockies. There's an Eli Serrano of $2.99. That will be purple for the Mets. And that'll go to Francisco. Ballpark promos, Travis Bazzana of Cleveland. Travis Bazzana here, ooh, of 75. Is that an auto? It is. Look at that. First overall pick, Travis Bazzana. Corner's not perfect though, right there. Actually, this one's not perfect either. Top two are alright, but the bottom two corners are both a little bit sketchy in my mind. Definitely an excellent hit. The backsides look fine, you can just see it in the front with the refraction. .75 Bazzana auto. That's very, very good hit. Question is what to do with that card. If we should send it back or what. Alright, we have Jackson Ferris, Chrome for the Dodgers, Francisco, Joe Vitrano, Dodgers, Sean Keys, Jays for Reyes, Luis Almeida, Orioles for Robert, Seaver King, first rounder for the Nats for Sherman, and Colin Houch, New York Mets for Francisco. Romeo Sanabria, Padres. Dalton Rushing, Dodgers. Jamie Ferrer, Twins. Walker Janik, Astros. Josh Carone, Mariners. Nathan Donatello, Red Sox. Trey Morgan, Rays. Joe Vitrano, Dodgers. Kyle DeBarge, Twins. Gage Miller, Marlins. Kalen Culpepper, Twins. JD Dix, Diamondbacks. Yoelan Cespedes, Red Sox. And Josh Corrado-Grauer, A's. There's a drafted Ryan Waldschmidt for the Diamondbacks. That'll be for Reyes. Matt Shaw League Elites for the Cubs. For George, and here's a very nice gold. Many diamond of 50 of Trey Yesovich. 36 of 50 for the Jays for Reyes. He's a hot name right now. First rounder for the Jays. Was on the playoff roster. It's a very good hit there. Spencer Nivens for the Royals. In our Chrome, we have Braylor Guerrero, Rays for Michael. Casey Cook, Rangers for Sherman. Bryce Matthews, Astros for David. Charlie Condon, Rockies for Sherman. Carson Williams, Rays for Michael. And Dylan Drayling, Rangers for Sherman. Okay. Put up our Condon. We have Nathan Flowling, Rays. Braylor Guerrero, Rays. Anglo Theorina, Yankees. Bryce Matthews, Astros. George Walco, White Sox. Braylon Payne, Brewers. Nick McLean, White Sox. Connor Griffin, Pirates. James Tibbs, Giants. Alexander Albertus, White Sox. Leo DeVree, Padres. PJ Morlando, Marlins. Braylon Morrell, Rangers. And Bernard Moon, Reds. A Franklin Arias of 199, pink. That'll be for Bill. Then an X-Fractor of Seaver King again. We have 2 hits of Seaver King, and that's for Sherman. Star Lazaro Montes for the Mariners. That'll be for Sherman. And then a Chrome Auto, I guess, of Aaron Parker of the Jays. Ooh, gold. Gold Chrome Auto, 2 of 50. That'll be for Reyes. So Reyes got some nice Blue Jays today. Here's our other X-Fractor. And Chrome, we have Jared Thomas, Rockies for Sherman. Braylon Payne, Brewers for Christian. Aspel Gonzalez, Royals for Sherman. Eddie Rinders, Pirates for Christian. Aiden Miller, Phillies for Michael. And Blake Wright, Rockies for Sherman. And our final pack, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, one more auto to find. Sheng-Yin Lin, Reds. Nick Kurtz, A's. Christian Campbell, Red Sox. Jonah Tong, Mets. Ivan Luciano, Diamondbacks. Hyunsuk Jang, Dodgers. Jason Churio, Cleveland. Carter Matheson, Phillies. Sebastian Walcott, Rangers. Victor Rodriguez, Dodgers. Chase Dollander, Rockies. Kyle Henley, Reds. Braden Montgomery, White Sox. Zero Hope, Dodgers. And there's a Carlos Beltran insert. I am assuming this was for the, what, Mets or Royals? I can't remember. Royals, I'm guessing. Royals, okay. That'll be for Sherman. Then we have ballpark promos. Bryce Eldridge for the Giants for Brian. And behind that we have something fancy. It is an orange mini diamond of Carter Johnson again. Second rounder for Miami. 3 of 25. That'll be for George. So that's now 3 Carter Johnson hits in this break. And then our auto will be Boston Barrow of the New York Mets. And that'll be for Francisco. Okay. Well, hopefully for George's sake, Carter Johnson is very good because he has received a lot of them in these breaks. So for our Chrome, we have Connor Griffin here. Some marks for the Pirates for Christian, so that's a good one. We have Sheng-Yin Lin, Reds for JD. There's Nick Kurtz, another very good one. A's for George. Sam Basallo, Orioles for Robert. Nate Nankill, A's for George. And Travis Honeyman for the Cardinals for George. So we did pretty good on our Chrome, that's for sure. Put those guys there. let's recap what we have. Alright, so for our Chrome autos, to start off with, we have a gold of 50, Aaron Parker for the Blue Jays. A refractor of 199 of Thayron Lorenzo of the Tigers. For our paper autos, we have a 75 aqua Travis Bazana of Cleveland. Purple of, I guess it's what number is purple? 299, I think. 299. Chase Harlan of the Dodgers. And then the rest are base autos. We have another Chase Harlan of the Dodgers. Angels Juan Flores. Carter Matheson for the Phillies. Boston Bard for the Mets. For our Chrome numbered parallels, we have a gold mini diamond of 50, Trey Yesovich for the Jays. A orange of 25 mini diamond, Carter Johnson of the Marlins. Hold on. We have an aqua of 75, Braden Montgomery of the White Sox. A green of 99, Agustin Ramirez of the Marlins. A blue of 150, Seaver King of the Nationals. And refractor of 199, Carter Johnson for the Marlins. For our numbered paper, we have aqua of 75, J.D. Dix of the D-backs. Blue of 150, I forget his name, Demirio Crisantes of the Diamondbacks. We have a pink of 199, Franklin Arias for the Red Sox, and Carter Johnson of the Marlins. Purple of 299, Alexander Albertus of the White Sox, and Eli Serrano of the New York Mets. X-Fractors, Seaver King, first rounder for the Nationals, and Franklin Arias of the Red Sox. And for our base chrome, we have J.J. Weatherholt, Cardinals, Bryce Rayner, Tigers, Trey Yesovich for the Jays, Jack Caglione, Royals, Cam Smith of the Astros, Charlie Condon of the Rockies. We have Connor Griffin of the Pirates, and then the big dog, Nick Kurtz, AL Rookie of the Year for the A's. So that'll be that for our number 6 25 Topps Pro debut hobby break. That was a pretty good break, I would say, in general. And number 7 got 2 spots left. I have up to number 10 now. So once we sell those 2 and get up number 8 and keep going. So I'll get you guys the results tonight. We'll get it shipped out by Monday, I guess, as soon as the post office is open. So thanks for joining all, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.